Doing the 2-3 split towards A. Looks like they are going to keep that spike just back a little bit here. Beautiful 3 to start, but Nitro's coming up huge with that ghost to start. Looks like it's a real quick one here at the beginning.
Down low. He's going to have to keep his life and maybe even find an elimination. Hiko's shoulder, going to see so much information. Still has a knowledge run if he needs it for the eventual take, and that will come through here. The spike is not fully committed, though, so now it's just down to isolating Seb. It kind of feels like he's stuck underneath in hell. The tag comes out. This should be a free kill on the Seb, and it is. Now just down to Vice 1v3. Lots of time to play with, and the spike's still in hand, but seems pretty persistent about trying to find some eliminations over through this A site.
Yeah, he sees 2, figures the third will be there. Does not have, or he does have the opportunity to heal the wall, but doesn't want to give himself away. They're going to try to get out here with that run it back, and a beautifully played run it back as well, just to pause a bit of time here for the spike kick.
Keep in mind, Hiko's not around anymore, so the ability for 100 Thieves to find intel is going to be absolutely limited, but maybe it wouldn't matter. Asuna finds one. Now the entrance from the staircase is going to be even trades, and Ethan's able to take the double at the end. The bullet hose of the Ares.
About from AndBox shift. This should be pretty aggressive if they get a hold of something here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful first blood. Yeah, it's Steel who finds the kill, but the trade will be there. That'll still be a weapon that can be picked up for free, though. That's going to be important, especially for somebody like Mata, who could potentially make good use out of it.
So 100 Thieves are doing such a great job at stalling out any initial strategies coming out of AndBox right now. It's been very tough for them to even get ground, find who might be playing at a site to start with, because they're just getting hit with this in the Odin, and then found out on the other side by the push of Asuna or whoever else. Boy, doing a nice job of starting one off as they gain some ground in mid.
Oh, great ground in mid. I mean, this is a complete isolation of 100 Thieves in the middle of the map. Nitro now by himself, 1v2. Boy has not been able to salvage a weapon yet, but Vice has the Vandal that was picked up through B main.
Take one fight, 150 on him with hardly any armor on the other 2. That could equal a 2v1 here. Let's see what happens.
He just has to read that both players are below him. Here comes the check. Down low, sees both players, down to 36 HP. Gonna toggle for the spike. Shock dart comes through.
Oh my God.
Not gonna connect. Here's the angle. Not gonna find the shot. Boy finds 3 in the round. Because the shock darts will be enough. That will not be the case. Mata now moving forward. Actually, the knockdown does get destroyed, but Mata still moving quickly forward. The trades will be there. Curveball up top. Hiko has stayed alive and found elimination. That'll keep things contested. We go to a 2v2 situation. Steel and Hiko have successfully held off this execute, and Mata almost gets caught with his blaze wall. Takes out the weapon, refines Hiko just up the Steel.
But they aren't going to be able to get close to it. All right, moving in now. Nice flashes coming out. I think they're going to hit this shift.
Oh, and how about Mata? He just goes right through the nano swarm. Very bold and brazen, to be sure. Gonna get the self-sustain off the hot hands. Blaze wall to block the defensive spawn, but you have to get through Hiko. Oh boy, and how good have the LMG plays been from 100 T. Hiko finds 3. It's up to Seb 1v2. Spike is down just inside the archways. And the counter-defensive Phoenix utility causing a big deterrence. 6 seconds on the clock. Seb has to try to make a way to plant. There's the flash. Asuna to challenge. Should have a free kill here and will. For finding first blood. The run it back. Getting denied simultaneously, but there is at least even eliminations. Ethan playing with elevation, but Ye says, I know that trick. Hiko now over for the Hunter's Fury. Finds one. Nitro moving forward. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful paranoia play that is. This has been exactly where Hiko has been favoring, although this time again that play with elevation. There's the collapse. Steal for 2. Gets himself a 3rd, and the attacking lockdown is essentially going to do absolutely nothing to at least stall off the defensive pressure. Sure, the spike will still go down, but this is a difficult 2v4.
Honestly, I thought this was going to be an op versus op game. Possibly Ye's coming out. Just missed. Nitro's there for that one.
Oh, this is still possible for a 4v5, but with 45 seconds, there has to be a commitment, and, well, that's the spike carrier down as Steel finds Ye. That's a lot of intel for 100 Thieves on what exactly this hit will look like eventually for AndBox.
That Odin play as well, with having Steel there and Hiko, means he can always punish. It's never an ult orb that AndBox grabs for free, because there's always one to peek it. Hiko's safe to spam because Steel's there, and they just rinse and repeat as his signature darts come up, so they can always know what's going down in B main. They've held it off there, and a few frags over towards A. It leaves Vice alone, and Nitro, comes up with 2 there for himself once again.
Setting up for it, and there it is. It will go over the top. So the commitment still coming through. And AndBox, they're in a position to use this dark cover as a bit of a blanket as well. So now 2 kills come through defensively for AndBox. It will not stall out 100T too much as they still will move on to the site. Get the spike planted. Nitro is actually delaying his playthrough B main, so as hiko finds one, this is still very doable. Hiko's gonna find a second. Nitro from behind pinching, finds one more. So now even numbers 2v2. Hiko for 3. It's just down to 1, and Yay stuck on the staircase.
And we'll see him continue to stick on Spectre here as the rest of the team upgrades a little bit. They're playing with confidence still, too. We saw Asuna with a second round Phantom there, only being a few rounds up on AndBox, and that could change things. We saw AndBox grab a Thrifty earlier.
Mata holding down the trigger, needs to get a headshot here. Steel gonna collect the AR, make good use out of it. Seb is there for a 1 exchange, so defensive numbers still prevailing. 3v2 situation, but Hiko has earned himself a Hunter's Fury, and look at his position. He's all the way through onto A. He's got no spike to play with, but there's an opportunity where he can just play the rest of this round from behind AndBox, and that could lead to some success here.
I think you just saw Seb think of the same thing. As you said it, he basically swung around. He's like, wait a minute. It's a little too quiet over at A. And they will have a bit of that Sova utility to get back in. Here it comes.
Okay, that's just an information just so Hiko knows exactly where to throw these darts. And oh my goodness, how beautiful is that? Gets Vice off the floor. Steel finding another. Yay up top, responding to 1, but Hiko's gonna come right on in behind Mata, leaving Yay by themselves. 1v2, and Nitro is behind him. He could isolate. There's 1, maybe 1 more up top. Does he recognize Nitro's up top? I don't know, might not make a difference. It's not enough time for a defuse. Anyways, Nitro is just toying with them. That will be the elimination. Nitro will still fall, but 100 Thieves. AndBox recognizing that the threat of this game getting a bit out of hand, they have gone into essentially a 4-spy situation here. There are a couple of ARs that are earned, but Hiko so good with those shock darts, making sure that AndBox's tactical retreat was always contested. Yay mid-market. Denied by Blazewall. Also could not fully see the backside of Ethan. Playing with that elevation still. Asuna gets the double, and 100 Thieves right back onto the B site for a quick plant, looking for a flawless.
Firing on all cylinders now. Absolutely dominating rounds. Look at their health. Coming into this, it's like they didn't take too much of anything. Seb's going to do what he can to take 1 or 2 out on the way out here, along with some armor.
From Hiko, clearing so much space. Dark cover to set things up. Utility being spent to try to stall this, but using the wall to get over the top is 100 Thieves, and they are in a position to be on, but Vice lining up too. Boy finds the 3rd. Asuna is through, but I don't know if he's in a position he really wants to be. Just down to Hiko. 1v4 situation, and he's got no spike to play with. Finds the first, gets the second. Hiko, what in the world? Now a 1v2 all of a sudden. He is low, but has utility to play with. Not going to get a lot of information off the recon bolt, and Mata puts it down, but just when you thought the AndBox was taking our narrative and running with it, saying, okay, you guys want a flawless defense, here it is.
Stop the bleeding here. Yay has brought out the op shift.
The tag, Hiko straight into the Hunter's Fury. Vice will fall. Yay tagged up. Mata's looking to respond by moving aggressively, and boy, has he. He's actually taken Hiko completely unawares. So after all this opening engagement, we are left with the 3v2. A lot of it happening through the middle of the map, but while all that's occurring, 100T has worked their way onto the B site cleanly. So all of that distraction was purely that, just the guys for where they actually wanted to go. And now it's up to Mata and Boy to retake, save that. Now just down to Mata. The lockdown will force him to likely have to play aggressively to delete this. That's not what you want. Decides against it. Just 1 curveball to work with, and over the top, Ethan, a beautiful headshot. 100 Thieves strike first, the 13-9 here in a set. Apps that they're playing, but okay, interesting setup coming forward. Ethan's gonna get caught out here. You would feel like he will be. Asuna does well to find not just 1, but a 2nd and a 3rd. And well, the pistol exchange down Death Alley over here comes out in favor of 100 Thieves. It's just down to Vice over towards the A site. And he will have to not only take care of 3 opponents, he also will need to find a defuse coming through.
Dink. Not enough, though. 4 for Asuna. Out here, Shift. This has been quite a start for them to get this round back on a Thrifty. Here it goes.
A lot of information, though, from Nitro. The flash hits a little bit harder. Yay, Seb finding a couple eliminations. It's just down to Hiko. He does have 2 shock darts to play with. Knows exactly where that spike is planted, just in front of Yellow. Has to find the first elimination here cleanly, and does. But now going to the frenzy, finds a 2nd. Not going to get the 3rd.
Looks like that's going to be Asuna who wants to take the top side of the puzzle here. They go over. Seb is ready. He burns just in the nick of time.
Is he ready? Because looks away at the wrong moment. 3v3 situation. Seekers will come through for Boy. That will find a lot of information, but through the dark cover, Ethan for one, Ethan for a second. Vice now the last player left. He is fully healthy and has put the spike down. Finds one elimination. He can play for the clock here if he wants to. Down to a single shot. Hiko moving quickly. Goes for the plant. Vice wants to take away the high ground. Yeah, but he gets red. Beautiful shots from Hiko and 100 Thieves.
Be around for Viper's Pit to come in very, very big for the side 100 Thieves. If they can keep him up, it's out. And they aren't going to have very much that'll be able to find out what's inside that pit. Mata taking a few down as they make their chances a little greater.
This is a beautiful little surrounding play here from the side of AndBox. They've got a lot of utility to try to clear out this Viper's Pit, including Boy, who could come through, maybe even flash for the retake of it. Mata up top, he can play around this. There's the guiding light. Now you're going to go to the showstopper, just trying to see if you can find anybody. It will find Nitro, Steel with a couple of eliminations, but 100 Thieves cannot hold on. And now it's on the Yay, trying to hold their life through back yellow. Recon Bolt will give away the position, but still finds one. That's on the spike carrier. And now Mata has rotated over. AndBox, how are you holding this? Things have been beautiful for them so far. Good exchanges coming through, but Steel to the middle of the map, freely able to open up a little bit extra space. But it does still, at the end, come down to Steel 1v3 and nowhere near the spike.
Oh, darts like that just cause an eye chaos, right? It bounces so much, hits real quick, and then you're not even sure where it is to shoot it. Gets a ping off on that. Asuna creeping through the kitchen as he cooks up a little bit of dinner here for 100 Thieves, and Seb is down.
AndBox have really not put any defensive members at all through the middle of the map, largely. Unless they're playing like this through the flank, of which Nitro tested but taken down. Mata also moving off the flank, trying to see if you can open up some extra space. Guiding Light will try to flash over the top, giving Mata maybe a chance to move forward. Paranoia, though, will connect. Spam shots. Oh, boy. Where are you going to go? Not many opportunities to get out of this one. Going to have to take the fight, and as he does, he falls. And, boy, looking for some bonus kills if there is going to be aggression through mid or through green off the defense. But the one spot that they've been largely overwhelmed has been over here towards A. And the regrowth will come through to get Ye backed up to full HP as he finds an elimination with the operator. So 100 Thieves, again, caught in a weird spot. Seekers will scout a lot of this out. Ye will use that to their advantage for a second. And this round not looking all that great for 100 Thieves, as all 5 members of AndBox are very aware where these last 200 team members are.
Absolutely. And this goes perfectly with to the opposite of what I just said, is without that turret there, look at this flank, without that sentinel behind, without everything that they control in mid, AndBox gets to run over the strategy. They started off beautifully. They end beautifully here. Mata with the 3K coming up on that raise.
That's all we've learned so far. Showstopper aggressively coming through, does find some damage, but no kills. Not to make too much of a difference. Seb takes advantage of that. Moving forward to find the elimination. Mata has to back down to the Lear. And 100 Thieves again through the middle of the map, making their play over towards B, but Mata has learned his lesson. Holds this push responsible. Boy through the middle of the map, also able to find one. The second peek from Ye there, and successful just down the Nitro. He does get just a slight peek off the toxic screen. So still doable for what would technically be a 1v3.
AndBox doing a great job at winning these straight up dry peak 1v1s. We saw a bit of those going to the wayside for 100 Thieves last time. But the AndBox just feeling much more confident here, refreshed, and Cobweb shaking off for map 2 of Icebox. Nitro able to find one, almost a second one, but that's going to be Vice. That's going to be another round for AndBox, and that's going to be the lead, I'd say. They're used to playing. It changes here. You might not be ready for the fastest instant. That's where they're taking advantage of the side of AndBox here. Mata able to get a few quick kills before the Sheriff does too much damage from Steel.
These trades are fine, though, because it turns pistols into ARs, and that's big news. Vice is going to try to lurk his way into blue. This is all about timing. He's playing a corner that you wouldn't normally expect. Finds one, but now a little bit caught off. Need to get this trade if you're 100 Thieves, and they will. So we stay 2v2.
Spike planted.
So knowing shots are coming from that side, they're probably going to be together. No reason for them to split up here. So they just have to be cognizant of what's going down. It's going to be the paranoia, really, I think, that could play into Seb's and AndBox's favor here.
Yeah, no guiding lights. Trailblazer also spent. There's the paranoia. Also a dark cover, trying to siphon off as much of this Viper's Pit as possible. Here comes the take. Snake bite to come down. That will find a bit of damage. Everyone's low, but Boy still finds the first elimination. hiko playing slowly, waiting for the next tag. Recon bolt to come through. We'll find information on both. Gets the first, knows that the second's around the corner, and hiko clutches things up. 3 in a row for him. The 1v2 comes through, and 100 Thieves. Green. Ethan's already through kitchen. It just feels like 100 Thieves are setting up Hell's Kitchen back here. I mean, Mata's going to go a step beyond by using the showstopper to clear. Only goes 1 for 1, so that's not going to find enough value. And now Ye's forced to essentially save this off. No chance for a retake.
You see it time after time, and he's not afraid to kind of play it the way he plays his jet. Obviously, he'll play a little bit safer. Now I'm building him up. Caster curse. But he won't be able to just dash out, but he'll still take these shots where you don't think he'll be peeking. There was another one. He puts himself out in the open and kind of pays for it, figuring out who he wants to take down. Oh, so it's going to be a lockdown on top of the Viper's pit, hoping to push him out.
Sentry turret also down. Vice is going to push through this. It looks like he's got to make a decision. Technically, he could try to finesse through this Viper's pit, but he's going to get caught, and he's detained in a terrible position. Here comes 100 T. Boy's able to respond to one up close. Vice staying alive all the meanwhile. Seekers are even actually able to push back 100 Thieves a bit. Resurrection also comes through freely. hiko, last one now left alive. Everything's gone wrong here for 100 Thieves, and Decay down to a single point of health. AndBox collapse. Focused mid-map. Dark cover will be the only thing that separates them. Ethan's already inside of it. We'll find one. Falls. Boy looking for a second, and boy, was he find it. But asuna from behind, not gonna find anything. So opening engagements looking very good up the top, like you mentioned. No problem to take care of Steel. And everything's down to Nitro, tagged up to a single shot. Beautiful headshot on device, but a lot more work to be done.
Second half. I hope we see that AndBox continues to kind of draw out utility from 100 Thieves. I want to see a little bit of that play, the long rounds here for AndBox, where they figure out what's going on.
He'll get aggressive, tries to push forward, but does not have an opportunity to capitalize on the angle. Guiding light to push them back in place, finds first blood. A huge engagement favoring AndBox through the middle of the map, and with that extra kill off screen towards the A site, they're going to move right into Ethan's pathway, but he does well to find at least one elimination. Staying safe in the dark cover, he could still contest this plan.
A little ahead of themselves there as they did not have full coverage on the back of the site. We see Ye get taken down, and now the retake here coming in from 100 Thieves slowly happening. Boy with a great spot. It's going to be the Ares coming down on him, but hiko finishes that. Is good for one trade there. It looks like they are going to try to get back into the site now with Ethan starting.
Ethan's cleared off so much at the back of the site that hiko should be able to freely rotate in. Toggles for the defuse. Beautiful read, but Vice response. Now it's down to hiko. Finds the first 1v1. Boombot needs to be destroyed. hiko again, toggling for the spike. Gets the information on where Vice is planted, but he's got more snake bites to play with. Now has to hold it. Not going to get an opportunity. Vice, easy. Third kill in the round for him. AndBox, entire time, has stayed alive and completely concealed. Got the operator. Just switches off, but finds the kill on Amada. And look at the information. With that, now all of a sudden, 100 Thieves have rotated quickly over to B. Nitro and Ethan for a couple. That will actually deny the plant. Pulling away from it is Ye, and as he does, finds 2 good eliminations. Boy looking for information off the Trailblazer, but is the last one left alive for a 1v3, and is caught in a very weird spot through these containers. Not going to expect Nitro as close as he was. 3 kills for Nitro, of which point of contact is on the way. Aldrone will not see too much. Seb, though, still caught. One exchange will be there, but the number is favoring 100 Thieves defense.
Just trying to get info everywhere, coming up with trades. I think they're realizing now that AndBox is playing a little safer, so they're able to get these pushes while they're still in their spawn, honestly. When a team is pushed back that far, you're almost guaranteed to find 1 or 2 at a time.
Stick towards a B execute. The only thing that's really kind of off kilter for this execute overall is Seb, but he gets found, and simultaneously Steel finds elimination. So now the numbers flip the opposite way. Numbers advantage here for 100 Thieves. hiko still has a recon bolt as he earns it, and a shock dart to work with, but not even gonna need it because Steel, I thought for a second as we swapped on, he found both. This is a lot of information off of sound here, though, as AndBox rotate through tube up to kitchen. Nitro already ready for it. Also an opposite angle, locking things down. Boy does trade and gets through. Nitro with a couple of shots, not gonna get the better of Seb, so hold on a second here. 3v3 situation, health pools are abbreviated across the board, but the one player that's fully healthy is hiko. Uses the shock dart to his advantage, takes down Boy. Next one coming through. hiko just spamming through the toxic screen finds this second time becoming a
Has to
problem.
plant it.
Seb has to plant, like mentioned. The paranoia will come through, and hiko will find the easy third. Things
True.
to play with. Showstopper gonna come through quickly from Mata. Right on in, finds one, no problem. A little bit of self-damage, but he'll be okay. But Asuna stays alive. No, Mata turns onto him. A beautiful second kill. Even though Nitro has the exchange, the Seekers will force him to give up some of the sight. And hiko is gonna go right into a Hunter's Fury. He's gonna connect again, but this time onto Ye. Oh, he was only one away from being able to grab a resurrection, but that will be off the table. 3v3, have to hold on to this post planet for AndBox.
That Trailblazer alerts Nitro. One is inside. Sky tries to get away. hiko drops Seb in the instant. hiko with the 3. hiko looking for a 4th, and they're going to pressure down. He gets the 4K shift. I cannot believe it.
I mean, I want to say I can't either, but it's hiko. So part of me says, I believe it. I mean, that's so good.